All right, guys, we are back for episode 15 of Stream PC. I cannot wait for you guys to watch this episode. We got some interesting topics today. Okay, well, first off, welcome back, Lucky. We got some interesting questions in my Discord from Nana Monkey, so shout out to her. We covered some of her stuff last week, but we saved some of it for you to be back because I felt like a lot of them were team related, and I really wanted you to be a part of the conversation. So one of the first things I want to knock out from her is she asked, will we ever air these live? Will we do live episodes of the podcast? If so, when, where, how? So what do you guys think? I think, I've said it before, I'm very comfortable recording these. I love recording these. I feel like we just kind of are more relaxed when we record these, and it just feels like it's just us two or our three. I can't count today.
Two. I did it right.
Yes, but the answer was 3.
You're right.
Honestly, I don't really have much of an opinion on it. I've done live podcasts before. Obviously, I was in Fat Bearded and Beautiful, and we recorded ours live every week. We didn't actually record it off stream ever.
Okay.
I remember that.
So
that was
at the end of the day, it's all the same thing, it's just a couple of guys shooting the shit and talking and giving our opinions.
So
but if
did you guys interact with chat and stuff?
So we would be on push to talk. So I would interact with chat because I wasn't the one recording it.
Gotcha. Okay.
It was being recorded on that guy's side.
Gotcha.
So I don't have any problem with it personally.
Okay.
But people would have to realize that if we do that, there's going to be very minimal chat interaction.
Right.
Like we're going to have our mods maybe picking out questions, or whenever we get like monetized or something, maybe there's a super chat that pops up and says what your question is that you want to be seen. Things like that could come down in the pipeline, but I don't think at this point it makes sense for us to really do that right now.
Right.
Especially because you guys can just throw your questions into our Discord like we've already had, or toss it all over our social media.
Yeah. What do you think, Lucky? How do you feel about it?
I don't really have that much of an issue with it, really. I think it would be kind of interesting. It would be an interesting situation if you were to get like 5 gifted subs on your channel in the middle of the podcast. Because it's natural instinct, at least for me, to be like, to respond to it.
Stop everything and yeah.
Right. Stop everything, respond to it, show the gratitude and everything. I'm not really sure how that would play out.
You turn your alerts off.
I feel like, I mean, that as well, but like also like I see what Lucky's saying, like, we could turn it off completely to where we just don't even know it happened. I think that's the only way we'd be successful at it. Because like you said,
you gotta be like
headstrong to take you on.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
I think if I get that anyway, it's back to my conversation. Yeah, I think to me it's just gonna be a big distraction. Especially if questions are flying in. We're gonna want to show everybody love and appreciation, so we're gonna want to answer everything. But one question is not like a one sentence answer usually out of us. So I just don't see that. I just don't see it being successful and people being happy with it, because you know how people are. They'll send in a bunch of questions. Somebody will feel like they got ignored, and they leave. Or they talk shit later on socials. Oh, these guys don't even answer all the questions. Just I don't know. It just seems like a big hassle, and it feels like it would change. Because to me, this is almost a relaxed night. This is almost a night where I can kind of sit down, talk to you guys, kind of reset my brain, because I start streaming tomorrow for my week. So like to me, this is like a reset, kind of refocus for the week, try to, work on small things that we talk about here in the episode. I don't feel like I would have that live, Would we do it? Maybe, for sure, once I think further down the line. It's probably not going to be till like a season 2 type deal, because we're in season 1 of the podcast, according to various sites that we post on.
How do seasons of podcasts work?
I don't know,
It's
but that's what it
interesting.
calls it. It calls it
It's
season
like
That
one.
was going to be my
episode
question.
52, then it goes to season 2, episode 1.
I don't know. I have no idea.
No, it's simple. Episode 69, then you stop, and then you
Nice.
restart to season 2.
Right.
I mean, I'm down, but that's over a year.
yeah.
It'd be
It's a
fine.
lot. It's a lot. And I've never seen a TV show unless it's an anime that has 69 episodes in one season. I'm just saying.
Right.
There's a couple.
Days of Our Lives.
Supernatural had 15 seasons.
Yeah, but it didn't have 69 episodes in 15 seasons.
No, that's true.
So some of the people are wanting to get to know us better, which like why? I don't know why they would want to get to know us better. And they're kind of
Because
wanting
we're adorable.
we are Lucky.
Yeah, I'm cute.
Me, mostly, actually.
Lucky's the eye candy here, okay? You're the brains and I'm just the guy that does everything. They
funny
just want to
because
know
I'm-
some
Always been more of the tech person.
Says the guy who
rules.
didn't realize how to set his little status on Discord a minute ago.
Look, I don't really mess with Discord. All right,
Yeah,
That's
that is true.
Calm down, tech guy. Calm down.
So some of the questions were like, what's our favorite colors? Sauce, what's your favorite color? Is it green now? It used to be yellow.
It was never yellow. Yellow's never been my favorite color. Green's also not
Okay,
my
Major.
favorite color. My favorite color is purple.
Whoa.
Actually,
Or
didn't
if
know that.
camo's a color, I really like camo.
I
But
think
that's beside
nowadays
that
it's
one.
considered a color, really, honestly, at this point.
Yeah.
Well, then we're going with camo.
But which camo though? Desert, forest? I mean, which one? Like
Desert camo.
desert,
I love
desert camo. See, that's important. I'm sure somebody in the comments would be like, "Oh, which camo do you like?"
There's so many options. Pick one. And I don't like digital camo. I like, like the old blotchy camo.
Yeah.
That's important. I didn't even think about that one. Nice.
I've never been a big fan of the digital camo.
It just looks doesn't belong on clothing.
I mean, it works for what it's used for camouflaging from a distance because
Yeah,
it fits better. But other than that, I don't like it.
and I think it looks good on weapons and stuff. I don't think it looks good on clothing though.
Yeah, not a fan.
Personal
What
opinion.
about you? What's your guys' favorite colors?
Yeah, Lucky.
Oh, me? Turquoise.
Torquay. What a right on. He's like, I gotta say.
He's like,
Yeah.
I know the exact shade of turquoise. The hex code is B51482.
I don't know the
Hey.
hex code.
I know mine
I
because
have
it's written down right here.
Oh, fair.
I knew yours was written down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It's
take
hard.
a guess.
It's hard to
Handy
remember.
dandy notebook.
Is it
Alright.
blue?
It is
think it's
blue.
blue? You sure it's
It is
blue?
It is blue. It's actually, 06D9FF.
I was thinking it was like that Carolina blue.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's more towards that, but I'm a dude, so I don't care about the specifics of the name. It's blue. All right. The pen is blue, okay?
As a partially colorblind man, I can tell you that I don't know the difference between most of these shades that you are referring to.
Yeah.
So,
What is your guys' favorite meal? What's your go-to meal? I already know sauces is pizza.
okay, so I'm not gonna count pizza as a full meal. Like
It is, though.
but I don't want to go with that. I don't want to go with pizza though, because that's like the generic sauce answer.
It's kind
Today
of
we're
basic, bitch.
We're gonna mix it up today. We're gonna say some fried chicken,
Oh,
some macaroni and cheese,
oh,
some collard greens,
hell yes.
and a biscuit, and some peach cobbler for dessert.
There you go. There you go.
Can't go wrong with peach cobbler.
How do we follow
True.
that up, Lucky? I don't know how we.
Hell if I know, dude. My answer was gonna be generic, bro. I was gonna be like, yeah, lasagna. I'm fucking Garfield, dude.
Lasagna?
I mean, like real talk. Real
Lasagna.
talk, dude. Like if you put lasagna in front of me, regardless of my stomach problems, I'm gonna eat it. I don't care.
Yeah,
He's
hey,
like,
I
I'm gonna
can-
finish the pan.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't
It's
argue
worth
with
the
it.
pain.
Yeah. So I mean, mine's. I'm sure everybody can guess. It's just like legit Hispanic street tacos. It's like, because it's got everything inside of it. You don't need sides and shit. You got the meat, you got the cilantro, the lettuce, or not the lettuce, the onion, the lime, the cheese. If you're fancy like me, like you can't go wrong
Bro,
with it.
I
It's
just
got to be
don't
steak
like
though.
cilantro.
I love cilantro, bro. Like my
Tastes like soap to me, dude.
nah.
I'm not a huge fan.
That's
of it.
actually a genetic defect you have then. Actually,
It is. It
Yeah.
is, and it legit tastes terrible to me. I
Bro.
can't do it. So all
Oh.
my tacos are either like cheese and like onion if I'm doing that, like pickled onion, or if we're doing like regular tacos, like American style, like cheese, lettuce, and the fixins. So I was halfway between that, the fried chicken or fried cube steak, because I really like fried cube steak too.
cube steak's solid. Yeah, it's a solid answer.
It is.
So is yours just lasagna, Lucky? Like no side dish with your lasagna?
Nah, dude, I can just eat straight lasagna and be the happiest fucking kid in the world.
That's
When
crazy.
I need garlic bread with some lasagna.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm talking to street tacos, man. This is legit. Street tacos would be me all day, every day. Can't go wrong with that. All right. So favorite snack, which I mean, I eat tacos as a snack too. I don't know, like. I guess I'll let you guys go first so I can feed off of what a snack is, because I'm a big dude. Like snack portions turn into meal portions real
This
quick.
guy over here, jeez.
What's a snack, Sauce?
A snack? Well, me, obviously. Have you seen?
Absolutely.
For real. If we're talking snacks, it kind of depends on what I'm in the mood for. If I'm feeling like healthy and we got watermelon at the house, I love munching on some watermelon because watermelon is beautiful.
Chef's kiss.
It's the best. It's the best. But if we're talking like something, if I want something like sweet or salty, I'll go with like either I like Cliff Bars
Okay,
because
solid.
they're delicious, and they have what is it? I can't remember the brand, but there's like the sweet and salty bars that you can get, where they have like they're like chocolate and pretzel and all that type of stuff. Might be Nature Valley or something. I can't remember.
Nature Valley.
I hate those.
Nature Valley, yeah, because that's actually what I do. I do the dark chocolate and peanut butter ones.
They're
not a
just so
dark
messy. I just don't like them.
Dark chocolate's good, man.
I don't like biting
so that's
half
why
the
they're in a
bar.
wrapper.
Yeah, but you bite it, it like just crumbles.
So how are you biting things? Are you like pulling it all the way down and like fucking tearing it off?
Hey man, don't ask.
Be less savage.
Can we get an example?
No. All right, Lucky. Snack, Lucky. What's your snack? Get off of this topic. It's getting weird. People watch us in their cars on their commute to work, sir. Get this weird conversation out of here. What is what's your favorite snack, sir?
All right, favorite snack as of late, because I've been having to change my diet and everything. If I've got a sweet tooth, I eat just about any kind of fruit,
Gotcha.
apples, bananas, strawberries, blueberries, cantaloupe if we got it.
I do not like cantaloupe.
I love
I
cantaloupe.
like cantaloupe. It's good, dude.
Not a fan.
I love watermelon, but my wife is actually like super allergic to it, so it's kind of like the kryptonite of the house.
I have never heard anyone allergic to watermelon before because
I
it's
know.
like what 99.99% water.
Mhm.
Yeah. She used to work at a grocery store, actually cutting fruit, and she told them, she was like telling everybody like, "Hey, like I'm allergic to watermelon. Like I can't cut it. Like I don't want to touch it." But they were like, "Yeah, just put the gloves on. You know, you'll be fine." And it ended up getting like a little splash like on her throat, and she actually had to take Benadryl because it was making her throat swell up and everything. I was,
Damn,
Wow.
crazy.
yeah, it was crazy, dude. But
What
yeah,
about artificial
that-
watermelon? Could she eat like a watermelon Jolly Rancher?
That artificial watermelon doesn't bother her.
Gotcha.
It doesn't bother her. Yeah, it's just something in the watermelon itself.
The fruit of the gods, man. It's so delicious.
That would be grapes, sir. Grapes are the fruit of the god.
I guess.
And if I'm wanting something kind of meaty, honestly, I just make me like a little turkey sandwich.
So sandwiches are snacks. let's clarify.
No, they are not.
I mean
Sandwiches are
Scooby Doo
snacks.
sandwich in this motherfucker. Okay, like I'll be.
I also like
You
jerky.
damn right.
Jerky
Yeah.
be hitting
Hey,
too.
Jerky solid.
Jerky do be hitting.
Yeah. So
The teriyaki's the best.
back in the day, before I started, being health conscious, I would definitely just do like Doritos with just a shit ton of hot sauce on them, or lime hot Cheetos with hot sauce on them. I'm Hispanic, Lucky. Yeah, we add hot sauce
Jesus.
to the hot shit already.
I think
So-
Lucky turned red when you said that.
It's spicy.
Like,
My stomach's already turned.
And then now as like trying to eat healthier snacks and stuff, and I've had them a couple of times on stream. It just kind of sucks to eat peanut butter when you're on stream. So I like to put peanut butter on a celery. I also like to do like cucumbers cut up with salsa on them because salsa's not
Oh,
bad
yeah.
for you. Yeah, I don't think it is. If it is, fuck it, I'm gonna die.
also on
It's
your
just got a lot. It's
cucumbers?
just got a lot of
No,
sodium, man.
no. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. You get cucumbers, all right? You could cut it. I don't like to peel it. I like to eat the peel. So cut them up into rounds. Put it on a plate. Add a little pinch of salt over it. Squeeze a lime on there. Put that salsa on there. It's gonna be your favorite snack ever, bro. I'm telling you, it's so
Mm.
good. It's just one of those, I called it Hispanic struggle meals back in the day.
Hispanic
now,
circle meals.
now it's a
We
healthy
always
snack.
put we just put salt on it
Yeah.
Yeah.
whenever we were doing it.
I'm telling you, that
but
lime
yeah,
and salsa.
The peel is where most of the nutrients are.
Really, I
inside
didn't
of a
know that.
cucumber. Yeah, it's
I just
really
like
good
it.
whenever I was younger, that was kind of what my grandpa did with every fruit. Like watermelon, put salt on
Salt
it.
on it.
Cantaloupe, put salt,
Salt on it. Mhm.
Yeah.
That sounds
Apples, I still do it to this day. I still put salt on an apple.
Ooh,
I
no.
don't put it on my apples. It
No, I
tastes
do.
weird.
I don't like nothing
Yeah,
on my
so-
apples.
I don't know, man. I'm weird. I also eat mayonnaise and banana sandwiches, but that's besides the point. Like that's a southern thing.
We would
It
also
is
take
what it is.
2 liter Coca-Cola and put peanuts in it.
Oh yeah, my grandpa used to do that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was the thing.
That's right. I've also seen this man named Aztec over here get a rotisserie chicken and say that was a snack before too. So just depends on the day.
There's a reason your boy's as big as he is, okay? Like, but we're cutting that stuff out though. We're not doing that no more.
I mean, a
Uh,
rotisserie chicken is not bad for you. It's protein.
Hey, we're
No,
all
it's
growing, all right?
Growing boys.
Well, yeah, I guess
All at the age of 30. We're growing still. Got it.
that's right. I'm gonna
That's
be
right.
6 foot tall one day, guys. I'm gonna do it. I think we had a couple podcasts ago. We were talking about I'm gonna be like 6'5" one day.
Yeah, one day, brother.
Yeah.
This is a
One day.
question I feel like I haven't answered since I met my wife. This is one of those you're just like nervous and trying to ask each other questions when you're trying to learn each other. What is your favorite season? This is an interesting question from Nana to us. Like I said,
Season.
I don't think I've ever been asked that apart from like hanging out with the wife trying to learn who she was, which I guess back then would have been friend. Favorite season? I mean, I'd probably go spring, man, because you got spring football. Fuck those allergies though. Pools start opening up. You start, it's just I like spring.
All right. I'm gonna go the opposite, dude. I love the cold. I love winter. There's no bugs. You ain't gotta worry about mosquitoes, flies. You ain't gotta worry about walking outside and instantly starting pouring sweat. Yeah, I can always put clothes on, man. I can't take but so much off.
Right.
I'll be sweating then.
At least on this website, you can't. Brown chicken, brown cow.
So what was the answer, Lucky? Opposite, I'm thinking
winter.
fall. Okay.
No, he said winter.
Winter.
He likes it cold. He likes
I
the
like it
little
cold.
bit of snow on the ground they get up there in North Cadillac.
He like hard nipples. Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
That's right. I'm gonna go fall for sure.
Enough
Because
to cut diamonds.
I don't like getting hot, and I like football, and that's
Hell
when
yeah.
football season actually happens, and
Yeah,
not
I
just
like spring
little
ball.
practice and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like the games that matter at that point.
Yeah.
I enjoy
that's true.
those. I enjoy Thanksgiving because
Hell
I also
yeah.
enjoy my
That is a good
birthday,
time.
which is right around Thanksgiving. Uh, and all in all, it's just a solid, pretty season. Depending on where you're at, some places you have like the leaves changing up in like New England and stuff, where it's absolutely gorgeous. And down here in Florida, it becomes bearable to live.
Right.
'Cause,
Gotcha.
Summertime, it's just not bearable to live. You live air
Maybe-
conditioner to air conditioner.
It's getting hot down there in Florida.
And it's already hot in Florida, and it ain't even really summer yet. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it was over 90 today here.
hmm I think I got in the car the other day, and the inside of the car was 107 degrees.
Oh,
Jeez.
I was like, you
Definitely.
son of a gun. Was so sad.
Also, I just got reminded. Big happy birthday to a lucky bard. Monday was his
Oh,
birthday.
Yay.
Yay!
It was on Memorial Day.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So shout out to
Happens
you, brother.
every
What are we now? 43?
every
43.
Jesus, man. No. I ain't even got no white hair. I ain't even got no gray hairs yet, man.
Oh,
Come
that's
on, man.
wild because I'm full of them.
Well, that's because you got 7
and I'm younger.
kids.
And I'm the youngest.
7-11 kids.
Yeah, they do it to you for sure.
Nah,
For sure.
turn a big old 33. 33.
33.
Churdy tree.
Nice.
33.
Tree hunter and churdy tree trees.
Mm-mm-mm. All right, let's get into some more stream related topics. I think that's enough about us for today. You guys are always more than welcome to send in questions if you want specific questions answered about us. Nana wants to know, would we still stream if money wasn't involved? If money was not involved in this, we never had a chance to make the money. You know, no donos, no bits, no subs. Would we still stream? Sauce, kick us off, brother.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm asking you a
Would
question.
anybody still stream if that was the case? Would Twitch be around if that was the case? Because they wouldn't be making money either.
Okay. I think that's too in depth for the question. I feel like, but
mean,
you
that's
know
fine.
that's
It's
that's
fair.
valid. That's valid. I mean, yeah.
It's a good selling point.
I think I'd stream for fun, yeah. But obviously, I wouldn't be doing this as much as I'm doing it now. I wouldn't be trying to make as much content as I'm making. It would be a cool hangout every once in a while with people, because
Right.
obviously, if you're going to invest so much time into something, it has to have some type of payoff at the end of the day. Now,
Right.
could that be a emotional payoff? Yes. It doesn't necessarily have to be a monetary payoff for you to invest time into something. So that's why I would say I'd still invest some time into it, just not as much, because you know, gotta pay them bills.
That makes sense. Luck, what's your boat looking like?
Still floating a little.
Not an actual boat, brother.
We got a bucket. We're gonna pail the water out.
Absolutely. No, I would still be streaming. You know, I started out coming into the mindset of this being a hobby from the get-go. And, you know, this is just going to be something that I do for fun. You know, meet new people, make new friends, find new people to play with, play games with. And that was always like my goal starting out.
Mhm.
So if I wasn't getting paid or making any money from it, I would still be doing it.
Gotcha. I think I'm in Sauce's boat mostly. I mean, if there wasn't, I definitely would put nowhere near these hours into it. And I don't think the production would be very well. I think I'd still be streaming from like the PS5 camera. I don't think I would be doing anything. I wouldn't have this PC. I don't think I'd be doing any of this. So, for sure. But also, I mean, you got to think a lot of the streaming stuff paid for a lot of this stuff. Slowly.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're
So-
talking about how we were talking that you shouldn't buy things unless you're making money from your stream and investing that money back into it.
Right.
Then, since we did pretty much the same thing, like this microphone, this mixer, this computer, all of that came because I was making money off of stream, and it was something that it wasn't a total just I'm going to pay out of my own wallet for that. So I definitely agree. Like I'd probably be streaming off my Xbox still and just vibing. Like my Xbox and my laptop. That's where I'd be right now.
Yeah. And I guess, a lot of people probably wouldn't even start the process at all if there was no chance to make money.
Nah.
But
I don't think there'd be an infrastructure for them to start on to begin with, like I was saying a minute ago.
Right.
So that would be super difficult because everything is a business at the end of the day. Like you might not want to think of your streaming career as a business because it's a hobby, but it's a hobby that you can make money at,
right.
which is a business, a small business, right? But the company that's controlling everything, that's a freaking mega corporation. It's huge.
Right.
It is trying to make money.
It's
at
Amazon.
The end of the day. Well, yeah, it's a subsidiary of Amazon. It's Twitch, right? But let's take like Etsy or something, for instance.
Gotcha.
Everybody that is on Etsy is their own business, right?
Yes.
But Etsy itself is a business.
Mm.
So if Etsy didn't exist, all of those people would not exist to be making money on that site. They would have to find somewhere else to do it.
There'd be more yard
So
sales.
there'd be a lot more yard sales. There'd be a lot more flea markets. There'd be things like that. Yeah.
Right.
But the infrastructure is the biggest thing. That's also why, like, when people get really annoyed with the percentages that Twitch takes and things, I'm not too annoyed by it because at the end
That
of the
makes
day,
sense. Right.
I wouldn't, have a place to stream.
But do you think if, and this is going to sound really bad, and at the same time also saying this is like, who the hell are you? But like, do you think without having the massive amount of 0, 1, maybe even 2 viewer streams, do you think if they didn't exist, do you think that we'd be able to get a bigger split because there's not as much server space being taken up, there's not a bunch of just, you know what I mean? Do you
I don't think so.
No.
I think the more people you have in a stream, the more expensive it is to run that stream.
Right, but if you have
So the people that
hundreds,
are costing the most are the biggest streamers. They're losing money on big streamers right now.
yes, but I mean they also definitely
They're
make more
making
money
money
off of
on
them.
the small streamers. The people who are affiliates that barely have anybody going in there that
Right,
have pre-roll ads on, they're making money off of those ads and
right.
paying very, very little for having people go in those streams.
Gotcha. That's interesting. I think of it that way. That is
That's
cool.
where they make that's their bread and butter. People that are under 3 viewers or right about 3 viewers. Let's say 5 to 10 viewers. Let's go with that.
So
That's the bread and butter of Twitch.
does the ad company not take into effect how many people are actually seeing your ad? Because if you're pre-rolling ads and there's only maybe 1 or 2 people watching it, that's not really lucrative for the ad to run, right?
Right. But think about this. The ad is not only running to that one stream. It's running to those thousands of people's streams all at the
Right.
same time. So it's instead of fishing for everything in one barrel, they're casting a humongous ass net over the entire ocean that is Twitch and pulling up what they can get.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So this would be annoying, I'm sure, right? I'm sure people would be pissed off about it. But why couldn't they combat it? Like let's say we get a 60-40 split. Just give us a tiny bit more. But you force, no matter what, subbed or not, like a 1 minute ad per stream or something like that. Everybody has to watch this there. Like you force it, like you have to watch it. That way they can make some of that, they recuperate some of that money. You think that would
I think
work?
they get more because of pre-rolls or not having pre-rolls. Because you have the option to turn your pre-rolls off and have your ads scheduled, right? And then they give you that little incentive to play more ads for a bigger percentage.
The whole point that I'm saying is the point of an ad is to and the reason why they have them is for consumers to see them, so consumers will potentially want to buy the product.
Yes.
So you're having one consumer see the ad across hundreds of thousands of streams that are small, versus you can guarantee 65K in this one person stream by forcing that one. You know what I'm saying? What do you think the ad company is going to want versus, you know what I mean?
I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but I don't think that's the question. I think the question is, what does Twitch want? Twitch wants you to have as many ad breaks as possible. That way you are buying their Twitch Turbo. That way you're not doing the ads. You're subbing to that channel, so you're not seeing ads. Ads are put in place for you to not want them and be annoyed enough that you decide to spend more money on Twitch product.
So I just find this conversation super interesting, and I know we're derailing here a little bit, but how is it that Twitch has all this stuff? They have all this 50% of our revenue and ads, but yet Kick doesn't. They still offer pretty much the same, everything the same except for ads. They don't have ads, and they're giving us a bigger split of our money. So how is it that Kick's able to do it, but Twitch is not? And I don't want to hear
see how long it's going to be there for.
Well, I mean, they've already lasted past the year mark.
And they're also bankrolled by a gambling organization.
But we're bankrolled by Amazon, which is going to be way bigger.
Not willing to lose money like that, though.
They're not. But so you're saying that this competitor, whatever the casino, whatever it is just forking. They're just losing money all day, every day.
Well, they're advertising for their other site.
I haven't seen that. Have you?
They have people gambling on their site using that platform.
But we don't watch
So
that.
that's an
So how many
that's an
people watch
automatic
that?
ad, though.
That is.
I don't know.
It's an
Pull it up
automatic
right
ad.
now.
It's
Yeah,
a
we can
free
pull it up
ad.
right now.
I mean,
Let
you
me
guys
look.
can work on that, but that still doesn't sound like they're gonna be making money off of it to me.
Slots and Casino has 24.98K viewers.
Which I don't think. I mean,
So
that sounds like
25,000 people.
sounds like a big number, but that's it.
But that's people actively looking at people gambling.
All
Right.
right, if you look
And
at viewers,
do
if
so.
you look at viewers from high to low, the top person with the most viewers is 9,600 people, and then the second is 5,200 people, and then it goes down to 1,600 and 1,500.
So it's a big ratio of the people that are actually on Kick are
Right.
watching the slots and stuff.
Are those real people or are those tabs?
Great question. Is anybody real on Kick? I don't know.
That's funny.
That was just my my next little curveball I was gonna add. That's just what I'm wondering here. Like, you know, is it as hard as they make it? Like, I don't have their finances in my hand. I don't know.
Mhm.
You know, is it really as hard as they're making it out to be? You know,
From what I was hearing, I don't think Twitch has been a actually like positive income company in
you mean
or it's like
profitable?
just recently. Yeah, profitable, whatever you want to say. I don't think they've been profitable for very long. I think it's been like a year or so that they've been profitable now.
Since the new CEO came in or whatever.
Yeah, like it's just recently. And they are starting to add things to try to give you guys more revenue if you can meet their criteria. They're not giving it to everyone. Like the Plus program.
Right.
They recently just offered that to affiliates if you can hit the sub goal for 3 months straight, which
Yeah.
is possible.
It is
It's possible. I haven't done it. You guys haven't done it, but is it possible? Yes. I've seen people do it that aren't partner. So I think Twitch is making the steps to get us where we want to, and they're trying to make some changes. But I don't think any company can be successful without having something going really ridiculous at a 95-5 split. I really have no faith in Kick surviving for a long period of time. And I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it, though.
It's just so curious because they also just rolled out their paid program, right? The $18 an hour for streamers. Right, that's rolled out. There are people making money to stream on Kick hourly. So it's just very interesting because those people still obtain 95.5% of their subs. So on top of getting the 95.5, they're also getting the 18 hours or $18 an hour. It just seems you know, if they are able to stay afloat another year, that's just going to make me personally really question Twitch and why they're being, to me, stingy. Because it's like at that point, if they show that they can do it, you know, and I don't care what casino it is, there's no way they stack up to Amazon. I don't care. I think it would take a couple of casinos to even get close to Amazon numbers. So at that point, to me, it would just be like, why are we stingy, bro? So that's just the interesting part, you know, whether they're doing weird shit under the table and they're bringing in money from God knows where. We don't know none of that, so I'm not going to sit here and make rumors and speculate over fake shit. It's just it just seems like we could do better, you know. Either way, my focus is completely switched to YouTube as far as what I want to do for revenue. So, but anyways, yeah, I don't.
Well, let me ask.
Yeah,
Let me ask this: What if Twitch did it where you had to pay $10 a month to stream on their platform, and it was a 90-10 split? Would you do it?
Yeah, because my subs would pay for it.
But not everybody's subs would pay for it. That's the big thing, you know. Whenever you first started,
but Twitch would make a killing from that.
They would. But whenever you first started, would you have spent $10 a month just to stream to something and have no idea if you would have made it or gotten anywhere into streaming?
I don't think I would have made it to 8 months with nothing. No. But that brings up the point. Now people are giving up or not doing it, and now you have free server space, which server space is what costs money, right? So they would again save money on the back end of not having those people, right? And I assume they would still have ads, right? So
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
You would assume, yeah.
Everywhere's gonna have ads.
Because if you broke up server space between each person and you charge them for server space, you're saving money on server space now, right? Except for all the people that can't make it, which if they can't make it, they're not going to last long. And if they do, then, I mean, that's a fucking weirdo, you know?
Right.
But
hell, they got ads on my gas pumps now at the end of the road. Yeah. So.
They do.
yeah.
They got ads on everything.
Ads on
Whoa,
everywhere.
small town just now catching up over there, buddy. We've had ads for years.
I
Years.
think at the end of the day, what makes YouTube such a beautiful thing, in my opinion, is you're not being funded by the person watching your video.
Right.
You're being funded by the ad revenue you're making because those people are watching the video and they're hitting a little skip button on the ad. That's where the money comes from there.
Gotcha.
Now, there are ways to make money when you're streaming over there on YouTube that is directly from the viewer, but all of your money that you're getting on Twitch or on Kick right now, every bit of it, except for the people that are making money, like the $18 an hour on Kick, is directly from your viewer base.
Right.
So you're relying on generosity at the end of the day,
Yeah.
which to some
Right.
people is super, super difficult to rely on.
Yeah.
And you can forecast what's going to happen, but you can never guarantee what's going to happen.
Yeah,
in
but in
that.
order to unlock that on YouTube is just as much of a grind as it is on Twitch. I mean, look, you've posted what, 50 days nonstop,
Nearly. Yep.
right? 50 days nonstop,
Mhm.
and you're still needing subscribers and watch hours. Am I correct?
Yep.
How many other people are going to do that kind of dedication with the kind of quality that you have with nothing? Like you basically your backstock of Kick, or I'm sorry, Twitch is carrying you to YouTube now. So while YouTube is the better option, yeah, you're not worried about generosity. Like getting there is the hard part. It's not easy to get that by no means.
I mean, I agree. It's definitely not easy
So,
to get there.
You definitely,
But that's why I think it's at long-term sustainability for your
Right.
content creation dreams. YouTube makes more sense than relying on Twitch or Kick or
right.
Provo or Facebook
Right.
gaming or whatever
Right.
you're streaming on, because just like we saw with Mixer, that can go away super easy.
Yeah, it can.
No,
And
yeah.
at the end of the day, you're still going to be relying on people's biggest asset, which is time, right? Watching and doing all that. So, I mean, the whole point of multi-streaming is to guide everybody to your other content, right? Like right now, our goal is to guide everybody to YouTube, which is fucking rough, which is rough. But that's what I'm saying is if really people understood how to get there, you know, would we have less competition on YouTube? You stop seeing all these little like Roblox channels posting for nothing and taking up time and space in the algorithm, right? Because now, like, because YouTube has to force it some little bit, you know, somebody sees that, well, they could get a lot less of that and a lot more of you know, actual channels like Ears and Eyes, where it's like, oh, okay, here's actual content to watch, you know. That's what I'm saying with Twitch. It's like now, instead of there a sea of streamers because everybody's giving up because there's no incentive to make money at all, you know, what would you have? How much different would it be? You know, because some of those guys that are streaming for like I was 8 months, years at a time of 0 viewers, 0 money made, you know, they have that little bit shred of hope that something pops off, you know, a TikTok pops off and makes them famous, you know, something. So they're holding on to something. If that's not there, what are they holding on to? Just fame? Just fame's not enough for a lot of people to put this daily work in. So I just, it's a great question by Nana, and it is a difficult one. But like I said, I definitely wouldn't have half the shit that I have, and I wouldn't put nowhere near this time into it. And the last 2 nights, I have almost 0 content to post anywhere because I went to bed. I chose my mental health, and I went to bed, and I had a lot better days at work because I'm not a zombie. You know, I'm
Mhm.
starting a new job next week, and I'm for sure on Sunday, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Like, I'm off. Like, I'm going to bed because I got to focus and I got to learn a bunch of new shit.
Mhm.
Like, because at the end of the day, my real paycheck is going to be more important to me than doing this. So I hope Saturday I have a good night and make a bunch of content. So
Well,
It is a
don't
great
get
question.
pulled into a game of Warzone.
I will try. You know, and that's another thing is like, you know, I don't regret last weekend because I did get to play with a couple of community members that I don't really get to play with often. And I even had some one-on-one time with a couple of them that are, you know, super important to me. And I'm just like, well, that was worth it. You know, now today, it maybe didn't feel like it when I was stressing out about I have nothing to post. So I ended up going to my Twitch and finding a random clip, and I was like, haha, content.
You're like something.
So that is interesting. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I don't think, I mean, I probably really wouldn't do it. If I did, I'd be one of those, typical streamers nowadays that post or stream once every 6 months, something like that.
Well, I wouldn't be every 6 months. I'd probably stream like 2 times a week.
It'd probably be like that until I got like some kind of vacation or some kind, just extra time, because it wouldn't be worth losing all the sleep over, for sure. It wouldn't be worth missing the family time over, for sure. Very, very good question by Nana. It definitely, as you can see, I mean, there's a lot to think about. There's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts. Just a very solid thing. She also wants to know what keeps us motivated to continue streaming. So this is now in reality. This isn't no fake, no money stuff. I think we've all answered this at some point within all these episodes, but I think if we just had a more direct is kind of what she's wanting. What keeps us motivated? For me, honestly, it's the temple. I mean, the community is what's kept me motivated, because while keeping me motivated, they're keeping my numbers up. They're giving me all that generosity of all the subs, keeping me alive to float and stream. So definitely it's just the community right now. That's really, and other than that, my own personal, what's it called? My need to be competitive, my need to be better, my need to want to be successful. I would say those two things are my biggest assets right now.
Yeah, I agree. Community is definitely what motivates me a lot. And also the curiosity and mystery of what the future can hold. Like what's to come, what's going to happen next. That kind of motivates me to keep pushing forward. Because I want to see what happens. Like, where does this go?
Right.
How big can it grow? How big can it keep going? And
that's what she said. I'm sorry. I couldn't hold it.
I knew it was gonna happen. Cut it out.
This guy over here.
Sorry. I was literally about to explode on the inside. I was like,
His had a Michael Scott moment.
Go ahead. Sorry.
That's pretty much it for me. What about you, Sauce?
Well, I mean, obviously the community is important.
Yeah.
That's hands down the most important thing there. But I hate losing. So that's my motivation, is I don't want to be a failure. I don't want to have an opportunity and waste it.
Right.
So if I have to lose sleep over something, if I have to stress out about something, if I have to do whatever I have to do, I'm going to do it, because I will not accept anything less than perfection in certain aspects. Like, that's just what it is. Is that a problem? Probably. Should I go to seek help for that? Absolutely. Am I going to? No, I'm going to make some fucking content.
No, instead he messages us at 3 a.m. Hey, how does this look?
Yes, I do. Every single time.
Yeah.
I will message people 3 o'clock in the morning. I honestly,
what is this?
Like, I hate the word grind, but I definitely put in more hours than most people would realize whenever I'm doing stuff. I go to bed probably most nights around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, wake up around 7:30 in the morning, take the wife to work, try to get another hour of sleep before I get up for stream, and repeat the process. So I don't want to call this a call out. Let me give you some advice that I seen the other day, and we're going to do this right here live on the podcast. The other day, I can't remember what day it was. If you remember, it's whatever day I was mostly in your YouTube stream. You had such an amazing fucking stream, dude. Like, your stream was crazy good. You were hyper. You were in a good mood. You were like almost annoyingly talking too much, which was perfect, right? And I was paying attention, right? Your YouTube started stacking. You went from 2, 4, 8, 12. I was like, oh my God, it's working, because he's keeping their, attention. Now, I'm a father. I got busy. I had to do stuff with the kids. I came back maybe an hour later, and you were locked into your game, not speaking. And I looked, you had like 2 on YouTube. I was just like, bro, that's such a big difference, dude. So the next question that Nana asks,
or I'm sorry, this one came from Pantless on one of the YouTubes, from Crash's husband from last episode.
Mhm.
Is, do you think streaming for too long can hurt you? And I would say right there, like once you lost your hype or whatever, I think it did kind of start to be detrimental. Now, granted, you're doing a storyline game and you're trying to finish a story and all that, but like just being there and having such a good time with you, and then coming back to it just being like, I don't know if your numbers dipped and you got in your head. Like I wasn't there because I was busy being a dad, but it was just such the difference in watching, and you got to think people are scrolling through the short feed trying to find stuff, and they see you. And if it's just, quiet gameplay, I mean, yeah, they probably kept scrolling. So I think that's just something interesting, because I caught myself doing that when I was watching one of my VODs the other night. I was like, oh, at the beginning of the stream, I had like 20 people and I'm locked in playing, having fun. I'm just like, haha, I'm saying stupid stuff under my breath. And then towards the end, I'm not saying nothing, and there's like nobody there.
Fair.
So Pantless asked, do you think streaming, a certain amount of hours is good versus like long marathons of streaming? We have people in our community that stream 10, 12, 8 hours a day, which I'm just like, how do you keep energy up like that? And the answer is they don't.
To me, it depends on you. Like if that bothers you, then yes, it's too much.
Yeah.
If it doesn't bother you,
The length of the stream.
the length of the stream
Gotcha.
bothers you, and if you notice a decrease in the amount of viewers, me personally, I never know how many people are in my stream because I keep my viewer count turned off
Until
So,
Sauce goes in there and
I
tells
never
you.
know. So yeah, until Sauce goes in there, hey Lucky, guess what, you got 12 people in there. Like, shut up, Sauce. Ban. Nah, I wouldn't do that to you.
That's
Ban.
right.
Good luck. Good luck. Make 17 troll accounts. I got you.
Yeah, I was about to say he'd make a bunch of troll accounts and go in there.
So
I know he would.
the other half of what he was saying was, because like most people, and he has a lot of TV background. So he was saying that 30-minute episodes of TV shows historically do way better than hour-long marathons, because most people don't want to sit there for an hour. So like most people, and if you look at the analytics of our podcast, most people dip off after right around 45 minutes. So we usually can hold their attention for 45 minutes with this podcast. And a lot of them dip out before the end. So, and a lot of the times in a lot of episodes, the end is like my favorite part. So,
Right. There's sometimes there's a lot of important things that are said at the end of the podcast too.
mhm.
Definitely. So I would say it's all dependent on what your goals are.
Yeah.
So if you're streaming, the like quote unquote golden rule that people had, if you look on most Twitch gurus on YouTube,
Yeah.
the 2 to 3 hour streams, that is pretty
Mhm.
much the minimum you want to do, because you can't guarantee when people are going to start trickling in. I know there's been streams where I start and there's already 10 people in there just ready to go. There's
Right.
also streams that ain't nobody there for a solid 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And if I only did a 30-minute stream, I might have saw like 3 people the whole time. So why would I do a 30-minute stream?
Right.
So you're not streaming for someone to sit there the entire time, which you might think you are, which is, some people might do that, but you're streaming. Again, like I said with Twitch, they're casting a large net. That's the same thing you're doing. The longer your stream is, the bigger the net is. But you don't want to overstream and make yourself tired and less energy. You want to try to be the same throughout the entire thing.
Right. Because even though you've been live for 4 hours, to them, you're just getting
Yeah, they just saw you.
Yeah.
So, like I said before, you have to have that pilot energy the entire time you are streaming. So, I've done streams, like I used to stream 12 hours a day, and I did 8-hour streams, and then I've done 4-hour streams now is where I'm at. And I think I'm better off doing 4-hour streams than I am doing 12-hour streams,
Yeah.
because
You're able to
I'm
keep that
able to be
energy.
more consistent.
right.
And I'm able to focus on other things too. Exactly.
Right.
That's the big thing, is you can only make content when, like, even if you use the content you're making while you're streaming, you
Right.
still have to turn that into content. You have to have time to do that. And I personally make content that's not necessarily the exact same stuff I'm doing on stream for YouTube. So you have to have time to do that. So you have to make sure you're balancing it for yourself.
For sure. Even if for the people that aren't making content other places, again, the whole point of what you just said is keeping that same because the worst part is like you said, it's your bigger net, right? So if the first part of your net is really fucking good, and then that last part of your net is just got holes in it and shit, it's not gonna work. There's no point in having that net there, right? You might as well cut it and reset it. So that is just people's idea of streaming for a long time is like, oh, more chances of people who have different time zones or different jobs or whatever to come in and see it. But like if you're not bringing that good energy and they come in and see you at the last moment, you really hurt yourself, because now they're never going to be a fan. They left forever. They're not coming back. Oh, I've seen this guy before. No,
Right.
But I think Pantless, and again, brother, you're more than welcome to comment down below and let me know. I think he's really taken this from just a TV show side of it. Streaming is not that. Streaming is so much different because of the live interaction and all that. He talked about on there, he doesn't like to come to people's streams and watch them just chat for the first hour of their stream. He gets bored. He's there to watch the gameplay. He's there to have victories with the streamer. Viewer. So what I was going to say with that is his wife is the polar opposite. She loves the chatting aspect. I'll notice that once I'm done chatting and I go to gaming, she's on to the next streamer who's chatting with her. Of course she pops back in because Crash is the freaking W supporter. But
absolutely,
it is different. So people don't come to a stream to have a TV-esque vibe or feel. I think streamers are their own monster. People like a little bit of both. They like it when you chat. They like when you don't. Something I think we all need to get a lot better at is in between Call of Duty matches or load screens or whatever the hell you guys have in your games, is getting back to a bigger camera. I've been considering getting rid of my transition so I can be faster back to the big camera and just being like, oh, okay, and now lock in a chat, really chat for a minute again, and then get back into the game. Because I see other streamers doing that. Yeah. I see other streamers doing that, and to me it is better to watch. So yeah, I think just knowing that people aren't coming to this platform looking for that, I think
it's a mixed bag, because I think it's not a one size fits all. Some people are coming here to look for that. Some people want like faster stuff. Some people are looking for more chatting. That's why there's different categories and different streamers, because everybody's different. There are literally channels that are built just for talking. They're just chatting streams for that reason.
Yeah.
And those are the most successful on the
platform.
Yeah.
So there's also like MGL or MLG gamers who are just like, locked into their game, and that's all they're doing is playing the game. And you go in there, you watch the gameplay. That's all you're looking for.
Now, what I don't understand is, other than the fact that they're just popular because they're good, how do you get behind that person? Because most of those guys don't even run a camera no more, because it's just gameplay. So how do you get behind that person? How do you, like he said, I want to get on that bandwagon. I want to share your wins with you. How do you care about that person and get their personality through just watching their gameplay? I don't understand that. I've watched a lot of those guys, and I don't feel a connection of wanting it. Just wanting to watch Call of Duty wins. That's boring. I'd rather play myself and lose.
I think it's more about the chat environment at that point, because you're experiencing something with a large group of people. Like, you don't have any involvement with the Dallas Cowboys.
False, but okay. No, just kidding. I don't.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm sure Jerry Jones calls you every week and lets you know the game plan beforehand, right?
He does.
Yeah, for sure. But you watch it every single week.
Fuck yeah.
They're not talking to you. You're enjoying it. You're in group chats with people, I'm sure, talking about the game every once in a while. What's different between that?
You're literally there.
What's the difference between that and watching someone play Call of Duty?
Again, I still have more of a connection with that player.
Chat?
You don't even know what football is. Hush.
Y'all have this secret chat without me in it? Okay.
It's literally called football in my Discord. It's literally called football in my Discord.
See how it is.
It's probably something that you never wanted to click on because it literally says football. You're like, ugh.
He's like, what's that?
I bet you if there was some kind of analytic to show what you've clicked on, it would be like, never clicked here. Not once. Even if we added you.
On it.
But with something that, especially if we're talking NFL here, especially the NFL, but most sports nowadays, they do such a good job at making you know the player and have more of a connection with them, so your argument doesn't really fit, but I understand where you're coming from and what you're saying. Like why do you watch them? You're not even, I get it. But again, I'm going there for sports for that. So just
So
like
the
I'm
person
saying,
going to watch a COD streamer that's
right,
really, really good is going there for the exact same reason.
right. But it's so different. I just don't see, like, are you just a fan of that team? You know, because then that, okay, that makes sense. And like, how do you know those guys though? You know what I mean?
Maybe they're
I
just a
just
fan of high level gameplay and they know they can't do it.
well, I wouldn't know anything about that. But I mean, that was just a really great, kind of refreshing to see like his kind of view on those things, because like we don't see that. But what I would say to counter everything that you said to us, Pantless, would just be, obviously that wouldn't be my target audience then, and that's what we've talked about before, is who's your target audience. My target audience would obviously be more like people like Crash, who want to come in here, they want to chat, they want to roast me, or they want to, you know, roast somebody with me in the chat, you know, and then somebody that will stick around whether they like the gameplay or not, you know, and share my wins with me at that point. Because when I do something crazy, like if I clutch and I get a big win or that, my chat goes fucking crazy, because I can see that part where they would want to see me win, as much as they say they don't, as much as they, you know, love me being ass. You know, everybody loves it when you win. So I can definitely see that. So just, it was really cool to see such an outside, you know, opinion on this whole thing.
Yeah, I'd say his opinion is probably more apt for like YouTube, which is
Yeah.
episodic content for the most part.
Right.
Like if you're playing games, like let's say you're a COD creator over there on YouTube, it's either highlights or edited gameplay in general that you're putting together that he can skip over people talking and go directly into the gameplay and experience that.
Yeah.
So I think there's reasons people enjoy YouTube over Twitch. There's reasons people enjoy Twitch over YouTube. So I would say that he's probably more of a YouTube esque
I
viewer.
feel like I just got done saying this live the other day to somebody on YouTube. You know, I had a couple chatters in a row come in and be like, "Oh my God, it's so nice to find a YouTuber that chats with his chat." And I was like, "Sounds like you need to be a Twitch viewer. You know, sounds like you're in the wrong place. Like, if you're wanting interaction with the streamer, you should definitely be checking out Twitch. Stay on YouTube because I need the numbers, please." But it sounds like what you're looking for is a Twitch community. You know, it sounds like you're lost over here. Because if you're just like, if that was the comment made, is, and you're just obviously looking for interaction with the streamer through YouTube, like, just go to Twitch, because that's
Yeah,
most of what we do over there. So,
lot more integration on
Yeah.
Twitch side.
so
There is for sure.
Lucky, what do you think if you stream a certain category, let's just say Call of Duty, because I know that's what you stream. Let's say you stream Call of Duty on Twitch and you decided to make a YouTube channel. Is it okay for it to not be Call of Duty? Like, let's say you wanted to make a, I don't know, Power Wash Simulator YouTube channel. You know, is that okay? Because Nana's wanting to know, should your content on YouTube be different from your stream, or should they be similar?
Are we talking about just like live, or
No. Content
are we talking
creation
about
on
long form?
YouTube. Long
content
form.
creation? Okay. My opinion for that is whatever you started as, you need to keep it as that. Because if I'm not mistaken, the way YouTube does things is and after you post a few clips and videos to YouTube, it takes it a while for it to even recognize where to push your content out to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like if you're
Like
a
it
COD
categorize
streamer,
you.
right, it takes a while for it to categorize what kind of content you're putting out. So if you're a COD streamer, you know, it'll take a few clips for it to realize, like, hey, let's push it out to all the people who enjoy COD content creation. Or if you do like Elden Ring, if you do like Elden Ring, they push it out to just the people who like Elden Ring. You know, so I mean, whatever you start with on YouTube as far as content creation, I would personally probably recommend just sticking to that one thing.
Okay. Sauce.
I don't think it really matters. If you're streaming something on Twitch and you want to have something totally different on YouTube, do your thing. Like I have a buddy of mine, his name's Tommy Swan. Shout out to Mr. Tommy Swan. He does gaming content over on Twitch, and there's zero gaming videos over on his YouTube. And he is a partnered YouTube channel and does just fine on Twitch. So there's different audiences. Now, Are the people that watch his content over on YouTube the same people that watch his streams over on Twitch? Not always. Some of the people go over there and watch it, yeah. But not every single person is going to be interested in both types of content. Now, I do the same style content on my YouTube that I do on my stream. It's not the exact same content because I make exclusive content for YouTube. But even though I'm doing the same style content, that doesn't mean everybody that's in my stream on Twitch is going over there and watching my videos on YouTube.
Facts.
It's
Because we'd
not
already be
gonna happen.
partnered. We would already be partnered if we had that.
So that being said, I don't think it honestly matters if it's the same thing or not. But like Lucky said, being consistent with your content is important. Now, I don't think being consistent with the same game is necessarily what matters, because games are in and out of trends. You beat a game, you can't continuously just play the same game over and over if you're doing Let's Plays, right?
Right.
Like you could if you add twists to it and you change things up. But having a genre, like let's say that I'm doing Fallout right now. So I already have a game plan in order to go into more RPG games
See that little
after I
green he
finish
did?
Fallout. So it's the same style of game, but it's not the exact same thing. So I think you just have to plan out your content with whatever you're going to do. If you are switching and doing a cooking channel over on YouTube and you're doing games over on Twitch, that's fine. Just realize you're going to have to
Yeah.
plan two different types of content all the
Yeah.
time. So you're doubling the amount of work you're doing to do that, and you're splitting your focus.
Right.
So if that's something you're okay with, do it. Got you,
So
Esther.
what I would say is it does not matter, because whatever you do, you need to make sure that it is content worthy. Like you're going to have content available for it and you're passionate about what you're making. So if you're a passionate Call of Duty streamer and then you decide to switch over to Minecraft just because there's unlimited potential of, you know, builds or certain things you can make over there, but you're not really passionate about it, you're going to hurt yourself, because it's going to show inside your videos. So just do whatever you're passionate about, period. If you're super passionate about Minecraft, but you're streaming Call of Duty because you feel like your fan base is more Call of Duty, you're also hurting your live stream at that point. We're flipping it now, because your passion's going to show. So if you're just there because you think this is what people want to watch, then it's in the long run, you're hurting yourself. You're hurting your growth. So at the end of the day, on both platforms, choose what you're passionate about and what you want to do. You know, I did not want to play Skyrim at all. You know, in Sauce, or I think it was Sauce, somebody, it might have been Lucky, I don't care. One of you guys were like, you seem like you like playing it. Good. That's my fucking job. Like that was my job, was to sit here and have fun with it and look like I hated it, man. I skipped like 2 streams just because I mentally did not want to do it. You know, now I will say that I beat it. It is a good game. It is a good game. The graphics for its time were outstanding. It has good story, as much as I skipped a lot of that lore. But it's, for me, it's just not. It's not one of my top favorite games ever. I just don't. I will not play it again. That's just not something that I want.
Question.
Here we go.
Quick question. Now
Here
that
we
you
go.
have beaten Skyrim,
It's not
now
better than
that you
Ghost of
have beaten
Tsushima.
is it better than Ghost
No.
of Tsushima?
No,
It is, though.
but I will say, in a counter to help Skyrim, if maybe I would have sat through the lore and built up some of that, you know, I could, like, from the parts that I skipped or the parts that I did watch, I could tell, like, you really do get a sense of, like, oh my god, our whole map or world or whatever is coming to an end because of these damn dragons. So I could tell, like, maybe if I would have spent the time to have that lore invested, I probably would still have it closer, but I still do not think that I would put it up there with Ghost, because Sauce said this the other day that made me realize what I'm saying now. He's like, I don't think I'd like Ghost, because, and he even said he'd probably skip some of that stuff too, but that's the part of the game that we fall in love with, is falling in love with that lore. Doing every little side mission to figure out, wow, how intricate this world is and how different it is. I can see that within Skyrim. So I don't blame any of you guys for loving it as much as you do. I don't blame Katie for that ridiculous thing that she did in the community to make me play it. I don't. I can see what you guys did. So that is what I would say about that. I do remember what I was going to say earlier now to Pantless. You know, obviously we've realized these same things that you commented on the video, which is why we have our content spread out, which is why we post our thoughts to Twitter, we post our short
Short form.
form content to, you know, TikTok and other places for people just to see the highlights who just want to see the gameplay. You know, that's why we post long form videos that are slightly different on YouTube. I mean, that is why we post differently in all these other areas, so those people can find us and maybe fall in love with our personality and stick it with us through whatever we're doing. So that's what I was going to say to that. To also kind of back call on a past episode, I can't remember which one now. We talked about how I get obsessive when I want to be good at something, and I find somebody or something, and I obsess on it until I figure out what it is they're doing right or wrong. So, and I really don't want to name drop here because I don't want somebody to come back and say something later, but I watched one of the bigger YouTubers that's pretty famous, right? So anytime I see a video on this person anywhere else, and maybe they're doing the same thing that I just said that we do, is they post differently other places. But part of the reason why I knew who the streamer was because I seen, you know, short form here, stuff there, and it's all just funny speaking moments. It's hardly ever in-game moments. When I went to their stream, I was there for 2 hours, and it was right at the beginning, and it was nothing but gameplay. Every now and then, that person switched to a big screen and had something to say, and I was like, okay, that would probably be like a clippable moment. But it was like, so why are people? And this person is considered good at that game. So it's like, why? You know, I don't understand. Why do people watch them if it's just gameplay? But yet, what made them is their short form clips of the moments that they interacted with chat. See what I'm saying? So that's kind of where it gets confusing too. It's like, you just have to pick, I guess, your moments. But I think a lot of people, and we've said this before, I think a lot of people, when they find somebody, and I think you kind of were walking into that a second ago, is just the community of the chat. So if there's a crazy chat going, there's a lot going on, and it's just going, and they're not even paying attention to it, people will still stay there just to be around the hype. You know, just to feel, it's like, you know, sitting with the cool kids at school when you were at school. Like, it's just, oh, I'm a part of this bigger group, so I feel more important. You know, I think that's really what it is. So,
I mean, there's some people that literally will only go to the big streams because they have to have a chat that's moving like that to feel like they're having a good time, and they won't go to smaller streamers because it doesn't have that type of chat going. Like, it's just a thing. I was watching Asmongold YouTube video yesterday, and he was talking about how one of the best things you can do whenever you're starting content somewhere is sticking with one game or one style of game.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you can only play one game or one style of game, but having that be like the main center of what you're doing is super, super important. So he was referencing some bigger streamers that like played, I think they were playing some RPG, but then they also played like Call of Duty every once in a while and then went back to their main game. So I think that's a really interesting thing to let everyone know, that you don't necessarily have to be a quote unquote Warzone streamer to play Warzone. You could play your main game and then still be able to play Warzone and not lose your audience just because of it.
Take your own advice, Sauce. Take your own advice.
I don't like Warzone.
When your brothers invite you to play Warzone.
Well, Warzone is not my thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, and that's kind of to me where I started feeling like I was making it, or I felt like I was really stepping into my own as a streamer, as when I was able to switch the game, and a lot of my people would still come with me. But even out today, like when I play Ghost on Thursdays, I do see a lot of my normal community members not be there, or if they are there, it's like 2 seconds and then they're gone because they just don't like the game, which is totally fine. You know, but the fact that they still come in there for me to say, hey, hi, hope you have a good stream, I'm out. You know, I think that just kind of showed, like, to me, that was a turning point of, oh, okay, I'm doing something here. I'm a streamer. I've got people that, you know, back me and all that. So
they still came in and, you know, they letting you know that they're thinking about you.
Exactly.
You know?
They let me know, hey, I want to be here to support you, you know, but at the end of the day, if you really just don't like something, it's hard to, like, I'm not even going to lie, bro. It was so hard to spend. I spent that whole stream with you that day that I was talking about, other than when I'd stepped away from my kids. You know, I'm sitting there and I'm just like, bro, this is fucking boring. He's like shooting the same guy in the head like 20 times, bro. Like, this is driving me nuts. You know, but again, how much fun you were having and just the way that I feel about you, and I was wanting to support you. I was like, I had a good time, you know, but like, if it was anybody else, bro, I don't think I would have sat through that stream, dude. I just don't like, you know, I don't know Fallout. Honestly, I don't know it. Okay, so I just don't have another reason to be there other than when you were just being fucking hilarious.
Honestly, that's how I am with Tarkov streams.
Oh, for real. For
Yeah,
real.
It's just,
I mean, it's slow.
it's super slow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's nothing going on.
I think you either have to be a fan of the person you're watching or a fan of the game. And one of the reasons I think you were having a struggle with playing like Skyrim is not because you don't like Skyrim. It's because you don't like being told what to do.
I knew that was coming. I really
you
don't.
don't.
It's a problem. It is a problem. Okay?
So
I'm a
I
menace
think
out here.
immediately when you realized that you had to play Skyrim,
Yeah.
you mentally decided you were going to hate it
Hey, checked out.
without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
So I would challenge you on your own time, play the game little by little, actually watch, like, listen to the lore, and then make a decision on what your opinion is versus Ghost.
Or
Start over?
or-
Hell no.
or you can just watch the whole playthrough on a YouTube video.
That's definitely not happening. That's
He's
definitely not
much
happening.
more likely to
On the way
watch
to
it.
work. On the way to work, just pop it up, listen to it, you know?
So I can Force Rava! I don't want to hear that shit.
It'd be better than having to play it all over again.
I want to charge that YouTuber for my car speakers. Like, hey, you gotta replace. I had 215 subs in this truck.
You
No, I
Foos
don't.
Rodon him out of
No, I
existence.
don't. Well, Nada, I hope we answered all your questions. Pantless, I hope you enjoyed it. I cannot wait to see your comments in the bottom because I love you to death, dude. I love how opinionated you are. Definitely can't wait to hang out with you in real life later. Think some conversations are going to be crazy. But thank you guys so much. This is the end of the episode. We will be back next week. You guys already know. Much love, you guys. Again, thank you for all the support. We love you. Stream PC out.